Hey guys, welcome back to Driver 88. Finally, we have our first track day with the GT4RS, so I'm quite excited. We're here at the Phillip Island Grand Prix track. It's a fantastic track to basically exercise any sort of vehicle. Also today, we've got a really good lineup of cars to look at and people to talk to. These sorts of track days are great for making friends. We've got a bunch of GT Porsches, some McLarens, Lamborghinis, Cup cars, all sorts of cool stuff, even the radicals running around. Also, you'll get to see someone who actually knows what they're doing, unlike me, at the wheel of a GT4RS, our good mate Chris. And yeah, this should be a really good day, so please enjoy. So, the GT4RS, it's not here. It's like 2 hours late. Somehow, my car has not arrived. Usually, I drive my car here, which I always do. And the one time I thought, no, I'm not going to sit on the road total 4 hours in a day and get tired bouncing around in my GT car. It doesn't turn up, so my car is not here. So, what I might want to do is maybe interview a few people around, some friends of mine. Maybe I'll give you some tidbits from Phillip Island. There is also a few Mustangs and Fords here. I think there's a Capri and a Mustang Mark 1, which is pretty cool. Last time I was here that there was a Mustang here was when Eric Banner was here. And I'll tell you a quick story. A few years ago with my old channel, Eric Banner, I talked to him. It's one of my Hollywood sort of my favorite actors because he's also from Victoria. He's also got the same background as me. And he politely told me to fuck off when I asked him for a YouTube interview. So that's a little tidbit for you. I never got it on film, but I wish I did, because I asked him, could I please have an interview to talk about his car for 30 seconds? And he goes, yeah, what is it for? And I said, my YouTube channel. And he goes, I would rather not. And then he just sprinted away from me. And it was just his eyes just said, fucking no. It's just a good memory though, it's a good memory. Anyway, on to the next thing.
Hi, so my name's Elise Van Arkel, and today at Phillip Island I am tracking my Porsche 718 Club Sport GT4 competition. Yeah. My favourite thing about this car, after running quite a few of the GT4s, is the suspension. So I hope I'm saying this right because my husband will murder me, but it's got the blade adjustable suspension. We also run slicks, which obviously gives me a lot more grip, but the best feeling in this car is being able to go incredibly fast through the corners, and the way that the car actually squats down and handles that quarter speed. I did do a PB today, so this is my 4th time running this car, I think, so it is fairly new to me. The biggest difference in this particular car is that there is no braking assistance, so the car runs Cup car discs and brakes, and basically my force is the brakes, so that's been the biggest challenge for me. And it is also left-hand drive, which I actually love. So
It's very cool.
It's an awesome car, yeah.
How would you compare it to, say, the road cars that you've got?
Oh, chalk and cheese. Yeah, so for example, I actually started my motorsport journey in March last year, and we have a beautiful 911 992 Heritage Targa. Beautiful car, you'll see it with the red and the 50 on the side. I actually took that out just for a joyride the other day on the track, and I couldn't drive it. I would brake and I'd be like, oh, it's stopping so quick. So it's a massive difference. The amount of concentration and ability that you have to dial into the car is on another level, and it's a big adjustment. I think that was the biggest difference, not the slicks. The slicks I adjusted to quite well, to be honest. But I was running, we also had a 981 Club Sport, a GT4 Club Sport, and it's more similar to your car, I guess. So has the modulation and all that stuff.
More assistance.
More assistance, yeah. So this does have ABS, but obviously you dial it in on what you like.
Right.
I prefer to run mine on 3 or 4 because I'm a bit of a cowgirl. But yeah, the wets are awesome. So I think that's the best advantage of tyres, having wets. Great car, love it. If you can get one, buy one.
You've got a GT4RS coming, potentially in a PTS colour as well?
Yes. I like to keep that PTS under wraps, that colour, but it's, I'm not wearing a lot of the colour it'll be, but it matches something on my mouth.
So first session out, to be honest, this is probably the most nervous car I've ever driven on this track before. Maybe I'm spoiled, but probably just my lack of skills is really showing in this car because I just don't know how much sort of steering I can input before it starts to potentially rotate on me. I did almost hit some geese, like massive, massive birds. They just walked onto the fastest part of the track, so I did swerve at 210 k's an hour, which wasn't fun, but I didn't hit them, so that's good news. The other thing I realized is how much quieter this car is on the outside than my previous 3RS. So, man, these OPS, we need to just rip them out of the car because I guess it's really, really loud outside, but really, really loud inside, but outside, it could be way louder. So, yeah, that's what I picked up from that. I do have a proper driver for you to talk to though, my mate Chris with his GT4RS. And we've got a pretty spicy lap time for you, so we'll show you that. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to get some more coaching and get more used to this car.
Right, so a bit about the car is a GT4RS. I've done a few things to it beyond stock, but I've kept it pretty minimal. Put a Mante brake upgrade kit, which was, well, fluid, new brake lines and the Mante pads, which are actually just rebranded Padgett pads. Setup-wise, Mante setup with a little bit of extra camber in the front. I think this is my 5th or 6th track day with the car now. I'm on my 2nd set of tyres. I've just been running Michelin Cup 2s. I've got some Trofeo R's on the way. Very hard to get a hold of R-Spec tyres at the moment. Lap time wise, like 1:16 around Sandown if you're Australian, 1:42.3 around Phillip Island, which I did today on Cup 2s. Really love it. Good fun car. I had a Lotus before this and I had a Exige 420.
How do you compare it to this?
Cheaper to crash the Lotus. But yeah, like this, the way I've set it up, it's definitely a bit more oversteery. It's a bit more on the limit. I found the Lotus, you really kind of drove it on the nose and you trail braked it in. This, I don't know, I find it around Sandown excellent because lower speed corners, high speed corners around here, it's definitely more challenging than a 992 GT3, like a 992 GT3 out of the box. I could do the same times as this in like day one, whereas with this it's taken a lot more time to get to that.
A lot more steering like effort as well?
Yeah, yep. Like smaller movements in this, rear wheel steer and all the fancy stuff going on, the 992 GT3 really helps. I don't notice the sound at all in this because I think I'm so concentrated when I'm on the track. But I definitely think it needs a bit of an improvement on the outside sound-wise. I'm not sure I want to be the guinea pig for that, but I am impatient, so I might do something eventually. But stock, I just think it's a few small setup changes. I don't think much actually needs to happen. It's a great car, great value. Like, if you don't tick many option boxes, like,
yeah, the base price.
yeah, I shouldn't be saying a 350k car is great value. It's not like a Renault Megane or something, but like.
But for the experience you get, right?
Yeah, yeah, it really.
And reliability as well.
Yeah, yeah, I can flog this on the track, no issues, and it's been flawless so far. It's just a fun car. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
That's all right. Happy to.